All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Space Brothers, episode 22. All right, are you finally going to tell us
who
the dang astronauts are
going to be, yeah.
You've held this off for far too long.
Yeah, now they're going to have a group dinner, not date, even though the old couple was cheering on for Muta in the background. I mean, at least one of them was.
Mission failed. We'll get him next time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But hey, Serica was very bothered and rushed to get here. You know,
right.
Did not want to be late because of potentially disappointing you, Muta. So that's
Or let's be real, maybe it's just because she was really hungry.
That's also very, very possibly true as well.
But
hey,
let's
everybody
find
get
out.
to hang out together.
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna get to have fun times because we became friends after all that. So
Yeah.
let's go and see who's the dang astronaut going to be, or the two of them.
Yeah.
And potentially the bonus ones as well, because know they're clearly setting that up for Muta as well.
Although, I mean, come on, what if they just had this episode be the, all right, these two people are astronauts. It's not Muta. All right, cool. We get to be all like, oh, come on, and then at the very end.
And all right, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this.
どうしよう。フリア君の分も何か注文しとこうか。何が好きなんだあいつは。
Remember him saying anything that he
は
liked.
好きだろうな。
Oh my god. Actually ordering a single banana.
おい、こら誰がバナナやねん
Yeah. What are you
イ
talking
メージで
about?
物言うなよ、自分
I was judging you based on your career, not your look.
He legitimately thought he did.
じ
All
ゃあみ
right.
んな乾杯しよう。
Yeah, beer time.
All right.
お疲れ様。そして人生をかけたあのじゃんけんで見事ヒューストン行きを決めた。
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, so,
Yep.
Yep.
伊
All right.
藤さんを祝して
makes sense.
乾杯。
Yep.
乾杯。おめでとう。
Of course, the freaking dorks all through rock because they watch anime.
おめでとう。
The actual professionals are like,
No,
they're gonna throw rock, so we throw paper.
exactly.
Very smart.
でな、チンパンジーとな、大食い対決したって
Didn't know it was in a
セリカさん
contest.
はこの日少し申し訳なさそうな顔をしていた。
Yeah, the feeling bad for winning.
さんと福田さんはいつもより楽しそうだった。
Yeah, because now that they've all met, there's like a feeling of closure with regards to like, okay,
Right.
cool, we're all good, let's go.
All right, we're still friends and all that stuff.
Yeah.
ここに来ることあったら連絡くれや師匠でも案内したるわ
ありがとう。本当に
I love that bit of the piano right there.
福田さんは
ゆっくり温泉巡りしたいな。
Ooh, yeah.
さんと福田さんの心境は俺とは違うのだろうか。
Yeah.
二人とも表情は軽かった。
Yeah.
You did good though, Muta.
俺自身も何かをやらなければと思っては
Yeah, you're restless. Yeah.
何をするかを決められないでいた。
Oh, someoe's talking about you. Yeah.
Yep, it's the manager.
Here we go.
少々揉める場面もありました。一方 A 班はじゃんけんで決定。じゃんけんですか。
Oh, yeah.
それを提案したのが難波君です。それは安定し
正当な決め方があったんじゃない ?B 班 C 班みたいなさ。ちょっとわかんないよね。難波君の発想。
Interesting.
そりゃそうですよ。
Yeah, at least you admit it.
タボックスで過ごしたメンバーは必ずと言っていいほど仲
Interesting.
カードで一時的に関係を乱してもカードの存在に気づいた時彼らは
Right.
今回初めて自分たちで2人を選ばせるという最大の課題を与えましたが、
Oh.
非常に各班の輪を乱しました。
Okay.
が正当だったかどうかは知りませんが、一つだけはっきりしたことがあります。2人を選び終えた後、すぐにあの中で
Whoa.
次に5人で会う打ち上げの約束をしたのは
Yeah.
A 班だけです。
Team B and C are sundered now.
Right.
They don't want to see each other again. Yeah.
と
Wow.
いうわけだ日々と。どうやら俺は運をアメリカ
Aww.
Yeah. Oh.
ボクシングものと宇宙もの。
Which movie am I gonna see?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Rocky the Kangaroo.
いや、やっぱりな。俺の運はアメリカで尽きてた。
It's a pretty shitty movie.
Yeah, yeah.
ああ、あれもどうかと思うけど。運なんて何を今
Oh
更。
my god.
基本のついてない男に戻っただけじゃねえか。三次試験に行けたのだって。俺が消火器強盗を捕まえたって話が
Kinda, yeah.
ダメだった時用の日々への言い訳メールでも考えとくか。
Speaking of which, Kenji!
君、ネットニュース見た？さっきヒューストン行きの人数が発表されてたよ。
Oh, nice.
したのは8人で、うち女性が3人だって。
Wait.
8人ってことは今まで受かった6人。
Yep, 2 people.
ちょっと待って。女性が3人。女性はあと北村さんしかいないから1人はか。
Yeah, nice.
ってことはあと1人じゃねえか男は。残った男からあと1人。
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's thinking, oh, of course it's Kenji.
検事しかいねえだろう。
And before they reached out to him and he was like, no, I'm actually going to spend it with my family or something.
届いた。俺にラッキーを呼び込んでくれるアポはアメリカにいるままで。
So I was nervous about opening it. Yeah.
What? Oh my god. Appo's sending luck your way.
Yeah, I was like across time and space. By the power of my squished face,
Appo's secretly one of those Men in Black aliens in the form of a pug to blend in.
I am the alarm. Wake up, Hibito.
I
love
just
the,
made your
like,
brother an astronaut.
I love the like human like voice actors like for dogs in
Right,
like
right.
anime.
Yeah.
Stop it. Acknowledgement.
Good boy.
And then retreats back in the bed. Oh, no, nice.
All right.
Damn. Bro's got the futuristic phone.
Yeah.
聞いたけど返事がない。
ダメだったのかな。
We'll see.
なんだよおじい、その残念そうな顔。さてはまたかけてんな。
Please don't tell my wife.
Maybe.
Yeah.
分かってるならむっちゃんがメールくれなくても母ちゃんが電話してきそうだからな。
True.
まだ分かんないのかもね。じゃ2日ほどアポよろしくね。
That's such a wild looking bike.
Yeah, I know. And it still has like a regular chain.
Come on, tell us.
I mean, we can trust that face.
Yeah.
チェックの準備できたよ。
グッドヘビタこっちの声の聞こえ具合はどうだ
5by5。
はい、5by5 来た。
Oh, what does that mean?
るって意味よ。
Ah.
知ってるよね。
Some of these kids are big nerds about this. They're like, yeah, this
Yeah.
is not new stuff.
離脱ステージとのドッキングとか、とりあえず地球を離れて月へ向かうまでの工程を48時間ぶっ通しでやるわけよ。
48時間？あの中に48時間。
That's an eternity.
Yeah.
僕無理。トイレはどうすんの？
あのさ、おむつ履いてんだよ。
Yeah.
おむつ？
Yeah, they just do it in their pants. Yeah.
ちょっとあんたたち。
Of course, the kids are hyper fixating
Yeah,
on like the.
そもそも私がこの仕事を始めたのは、そうね、あんたたちくらいの頃、マイクっていうナイスガイと付き合っててね。
Mike. Oh, well. What? What?
She had to get them back on track somehow.
Yeah, yeah.
いいなそれ。俺にも言わしてよフレディ。
ダメ 言いたきゃ船長になれ日々と
The only way that happening is if I die.
は二人ともまだ宇宙へ向かってる途中だ。
Yeah. Okay.
見てたっくん。
何
どこ
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Crazy outfits.
ゴミのようだね。
I want to be higher up than this, though. Not trusting the engineering of the people who built it.
カップル
Well, shit.
海の
おお私はやっぱり
Hey!
無職のおっす
あ難波君鳥が下を飛んでるよ。
本当だ。
Which tower are they in?
I don't know.
私はダメだったけど不思議と落ち込んではいないよ。
Ah.
ここで頭がいっぱいなんだ。
それはぶらり温泉一人旅のことじゃなく
温泉はもう行ってきたよ。3日で十分だ。
Ah, was it?
実は日本初の有人宇宙ロケットを一緒に飛ばさないかって。
Oh, that's awesome. Oh. No!
この人はやっぱりただものではなかった。
About to cry.
寝ても覚めても宇宙やロケットが頭から離れない連中だ。血が騒ぐよ。どうやら私の夢もまだ続いていくらしい。
Okay, then yours hasn't ended either, Muta.
If we don't get it by the end of this episode, I'm going to be upset.
I gotta drag it out.
Uh-huh.
最後に2人を選ぶときに私にもチャンスをくれたこと、本当に感謝してる。こういう人が選ばれるのかもしれないってさ、そんな気がしてたんだよ。
Wow. To hear that from him.
Yeah.
本当にそうなってよかった。ヒューストン行き
Wait.
おめでと
And he doesn't know. Wait, or...
No, I think he does know.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
2 unemployed men, my ass.
Yeah. He passed.
う。ありがとう、福田さん。
Awesome!
Awesome.
Yeah!
Cool. All right.
あ、来た。日々と来たよ。ムッタから電話だ。
Yeah.
要件聞いといて。いよいよね、日々と。
Yeah.
All right.
They're all so excited for him.
どう？
Oh.
ムッタヒューストンに来るぞ。
The way he said it almost made it sound like they were going back to being kids.
Yep, that's what I thought too.
選ばれた喜びと謝るやる気をかみしめながら、もう一方では一番の友に言うべき言葉を見つけられない。
Sure. I feel like you might have stolen it from him, yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad that after all that, they didn't frame it as like some end of the episode, like, and then...
All right.
You did it.
He did it.
Yeah.
He got selected by JAXA as one of 2, only 2.
Yeah.
Recommended for going to Houston by the organization itself, rather than the ones that were selected by the groups of their peers.
All right.
I liked also the reveal from JAXA that, we've always like had the teams grow in their bond after the green card stuff was figured out, but this was the first time that we had them pick the 2 amongst themselves, which I like because that did seem like a thing that was a bit intense.
That's the main reason why I thought that, like, okay, you know, it probably isn't going to ultimately matter, you know, right?
Well,
like,
I brought that up like really early too, like just like, oh yeah, that's just them wanting to see how they resolve things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the idea that, no, that is actually how they were deciding, but it was the first time they'd ever done that, makes so much sense.
Yeah.
And I would not be surprised if they either didn't have that be a part of the test next time, or just
They
didn't make that
adjusted the
actually
way that the
be
test was done.
not actually decide who ends up passing.
Well, right. What I think they still get from this though is that they could then learn from this to then adapt the test overall according to that. Because I still do think that they should have them go through that social experiment.
Right.
Because you could also say that they don't really care too much about the teams being bonded after that. That is a nice side effect if you then come back to them later to be astronauts if you need them.
Sure.
But you probably have so many great people that are coming up into the exam setup there that, it's not needed for them to do this. And you could just have them take the test again, and then if they're that good, they'll just rise to the top again anyway. But because of what our guy Tadashi pointed out, is that a lot of it is actually luck.
Right.
Because it comes down to what separates you from the other 100 potentially. So no, they're probably not short on people in that regard. So this was an experiment that turned out to be helpful in so much that it allowed someone like Muta to kind of be the cream that rises to the top.
Exactly.
That's really cool.
Yeah. And that also is a fun little reminder that they probably don't have a lot of data points for how these tests are run because, this final stage of the test, all right, how often do they do this? How often are they needing more astronauts, and things like that.
Yeah.
So, cool. But yeah, that's Muta's basically casual attitude was something that helped the team.
Yeah, it helped the team, but it also helped JAXA see what kind of person he is.
Right.
He's a lot more than just someone that keeps it cool under pressure and stuff like that. The idea that he was able to rally everybody else through his idiosyncrasies and kind of end up being the leader, even though if we looked at it a little bit logically here, personality-wise, none of them really have, I would say, the chops to be what I would call leader material, except maybe for Fukuda. And the weird reason for that is more just the respect of his seniority.
Sure.
And just the way in which he also is, I would say, a little bit more of a calm under kind of stress kind of person.
Yeah. And are you talking just about Team A?
Yes, with Team A.
Right.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm not talking about Team B or C.
If anything, that's the thing that I was kind of wondering if they were going to give some explanation for of that there was going to be 3, but then Kenji ended up actually turning it down or something like that because he wanted to be able to be there for his kids' early years or something. But
yeah. I'm guessing the situation is more that NASA has a pretty hard kind of setup for all of this, and they are potentially only going to be selecting 1 or 2 even from the people that get sent over from JAXA.
Yeah.
And that's where Hibito is kind of the odd one out, and they kind of call him their kind of also insensitive, but I guess kind terms of oh, this is our samurai boy, And it's okay, gotcha. So he's the one Japanese guy in the entire NASA
and then
here.
That plus the information that we got of there's actually going to be Japan's first space
manned rocket,
manned rocket, and that's that's a new thing, right? So it's the yes, right. They send people over to Houston to be all right, NASA, we've got some people that might be good for this, but they're not doing it themselves.
Right, we're going to get them through some more standardized training and so that if we threw them up in space tomorrow, they wouldn't immediately panic. They would be oh, yeah, I've got all this. That's fun. But then also even if you don't end up becoming a NASA mission astronaut, you could be an astronaut for Japan, potentially.
Right.
That's pretty exciting.
That's a fun way that we can make it so that the characters that we've established can continue on in the show.
Yeah. And Fukuda being the representative for that is kind of fun. I really did like his character from the personality standpoint. I really liked his backstory stuff as well.
Yes, that was really
nuanced and complex and emotional. Whereas Nita, for instance, I feel like we're still needing his story a little bit more. He was probably the most closed off in terms of
right, and that was part of how he
exactly the thing there, because he was the most straightforward professional and I'm just here to win. That's what I'm here to do.
We're here to be astronauts, so that's what we're doing. And
if anything, his professionalism was probably why he butted heads so much with Muta, and that he thought he was a Nepo kid.
Right, exactly. It's like, what are you doing here?
You shouldn't really have made it this far.
And I like the little bits that we did get from Nita. So the idea that we're going to be able to get more from him because, yes, he was selected.
Yep.
Awesome.
I really love that too. And Serika, of course, as well, getting selected. That just makes sense from the meta of the story as well. But also, yeah, it would be a real shame if she didn't get selected, given her
thing is on a timetable.
Her prowess and, yes, her dream as well.
Right.
So, and in some ways, the system worked out the best way it could have, really. The two people that actually had the most merit actually won the rock, paper, scissors thing.
Yeah.
So the odd thing that could have happened where Fukuda could have won didn't happen, and Fukuda almost directly addressed it by saying, like, hey, I shouldn't have been considered for an astronaut compared to the rest of you four.
Yeah.
So thank you, Muta, for giving me that fair shot. That means a lot to me from like an emotional, it feels good.
Yeah.
And now I'm free to go about and just live my life. I don't.
And I'm still going to be doing
like
space stuff.
Missing out on anything. Yeah.
Yeah. And I love that they brought that up because, again, it's the thing of if you got to this point, you're pretty damn incredible, right? And so it makes sense.
You're basically an astronaut in, all but actually the function.
Right. Like it makes sense that there would basically potentially be people like from, other businesses or whatever, literally like outside the test area being like, and hi, we would like to potentially, get you to work for us, right? But also, I'm excited for the idea of Nita, Serika, and Muta all going to like America and potentially having the like the new kids on the school block, and they're like, and they're all like they're tight, but then there's also Hibito who's already there and everything, and I'm just like I'm excited to see how that goes because again,
me too,
given that they're going there for like training and stuff, they're probably going to interact with the people that are already actual astronauts like at Hibito's level, but there might be other people there that are, NASA's next, crop, basically.
True, but reminder, there's 5 other people that got selected as well.
Right.
That aren't those 3, that are also all from this test.
That's true.
So we're going to have, people that we did get connection with, that we did actually have some time spent with, that the characters did interact. But those people were all picked over Kenji, for instance.
Yeah.
And that's a whole thing there too that we'll have to explore.
I can't remember. I think it was shown like it showed the people who.
They showed all of them here.
But I think one of them was the asshole guy that's like, all right.
Oh yeah, because he was Team B. He was one of Team B's
one of Team B's. Yeah.
Yeah, Team B had 2.
Which that's still just, hostage-ing the team like that.
Yeah. Yeah. So here are.
Yep.
When he's like, wait, there's 8.
Hang on. Yeah.
So we show Nita, Serika, we have the 2 from Team B. We had the kind of the quiet, kind of nice guy with the dimple. We have our kind of our more bully, aggressive guy from Team B. And then we have these 2 from Team C.
Yep.
And then we have who he deduces there was only Kitamura left as the other, female. So it's her and then him for the other guy.
Right.
Which, that's a fun little detail in that he didn't make, Kenji didn't make it.
Yep.
And he might have, actually, if Muta wasn't there.
Oh, yeah.
There's a decent chance that, in a lot of ways, Kenji is too normal for them to recommend him. Maybe they look for the outliers and the people that are like, wait, who did we not, like, who didn't test, like, who is here for odd reasons,
Yeah.
And that's why Muta gets that extra special kind of notice. Or it could just be that, no, Tadashi really was like, no, I'm going to push for him to be here. There's little things that we could use.
You know what I would love to see?
With him.
Is that Kenji ends up being on the private rocket, it's manned rocket that Fukuda's overseeing.
Oh, that could be cool.
And then because of that, he's able to stay in Japan. And then his family, like, he's able to still, like, even though there will be the missions and stuff,
I see what
he's
you're
able
saying.
to, like, I guess if he became an astronaut, his family would have gone with him to America, But
probably.
But that way he can still be an astronaut and also spend as much time with his family as possible, and maybe there'll also be like slightly different missions because it's a different organization, that allows him to spend more time with his daughter or something. But Yeah.
I liked also that we didn't really sacrifice in any way the competence of the JAXA heads.
Yes.
By kind of, Muta should not have been here kind of thing. If anything, the stuff that they brought up is like, no, that every comment or critique they had about Muta, I tracked, I followed with. I didn't feel like people were being needlessly antagonistic towards him just because he's the protagonist.
Right.
It was these are the kinds of things that were odd about him. And Tadashi is basically bringing in that added perspective of like, no, I was extra watching him because, yes, he was my favorite going into this.
Yeah.
But the things that I saw do need to be acknowledged as like, hey, y'all, do you know what happened here? Team B and C crumbled after their tests.
Right.
They did not do any like, hey, we'll get together after this.
Yeah. They were there for the test and that's it.
In some ways, you could say that our test part failed those teams.
Right.
But
because the team that actually succeeded in that regard basically said, nah, we're not doing it.
Yeah.
You know, right? Like we're gonna have it be random because that like and I also like that because it shows that these people like it feels almost like that once you work at a restaurant and you see how things are, you're like, oh man, there's so many things that aren't being, done up to code, right?
Right.
Because it's even with all of the precautions and everything and all the stuff that they do in order to hone things down and whatnot, at the end of the day, it's still people, right? And they have a fantastic system that they've developed, but they're still developing it, right? And so, like, just the fact that, someone decides, you know what, I'm going to hostage the team, right? And it's I imagine they probably looked at it and they're like, oh, yeah, they're able,
yeah,
that's
a problem.
We need to workshop that, right? Like that's an issue, like that's I like that because it goes to it. I feel like it builds up more how crazy of a task it is, even in this future world where with ridiculous looking bikes to go to space, right? But yeah.
All right, y'all,
Good
thank you
episode.
so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You get on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel. So if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all
next time.